Springboard Family Workshops are a catalyst for turning the living room into a personalized reading classroom. But what does a family workshop look like? Let's take a peek into a real family workshop and find out.
When I prepare for a family workshop, I try to give myself at least 2 or 3 days before the workshop begins to really understand what I'm going to be teaching, what my teaching point is, and how that relates to what I'm already doing within the classroom. I'm giving them tips that they can use right away in real time, and that matches to what I'm already teaching them throughout the school day. The morning of the workshop, I lay out all of the resources, making sure that each family name card has their packet.
Good morning. Hi guys, thank you for waiting. Come on in. Right when they come through the door, I'm always praising them and saying, thank you for being here. You know, I really appreciate it. It's just smiling and letting them know that you're glad that they're there, and being able to share these times with their child.
I have conversations with parents about what's happening at home, what are they trying at home, and sometimes it has nothing to do with reading, but more so about where they are in their lives, and just make sure that everybody feels comfortable. I set up the classroom in a way where parents and scholars are sitting right next to each other. It's really about trying to build community in the classroom so that everybody knows that everybody in here can be a teacher and everybody here is also a student. We're also learning together. And when we all feel comfortable, it makes the students and scholars feel so much more relaxed and comfortable too.
So the key is you want to go back and look at a word. Really, it's all about the reading tip. So it's really getting them excited and motivated to use the strategy, and then checking in with them and actually seeing them use the strategy during the workshop itself.
I try to eliminate things that teachers tend to do where we speak in this big jargon. I try to make things simple, but I don't dumb it down.
All right, so if I have her try to read through a couple of sentences here.
A van was coming, Benjamin's gardening was printed on the side.
Good job, good reading, that was fantastic. But I noticed you were kind of having a tough time with this particular word. So if I point to it, and we can use our finger, can you put your finger where I'm putting? Good. All right, so if we chunk it, do you notice a part that you do know?
Garden.
Garden. And this is exactly like what we did before with the tricky words. You put your finger over it and you try to chunk what they do know.
I always keep in mind what I would like to say to parents in between slides as well. The scripts give us what to say for each slide specifically, but again, in order to make sure that it relates to our specific community, I think through each slide and think about how could that relate to something we're already doing, or how can that relate to challenges that some students in here already have.
One thing that I do is I stress modeling. I stress to parents that as teachers, we model everything that we want the students to do. So everything that we actually ask the children to do, I actually ask the parents to do.
I hear questions being asked. I hear students asking their parents questions as well. And I normally give them a couple of moments before I jump in during the practice time to really get settled into the reading, find their own rhythm.
During the workshops, you know, I do like to walk around and I really look at those parents that are getting in and engaging, who are really looking at the questions that I placed on the board, who are using their questions, and who are really having a conversation with their children. I always want to build on the conversation that the parents are already having. Just like students, where we don't want students sitting in a classroom quiet all day, if you notice that parents are sitting in a workshop and they are quiet, you may need to engage them.
I read their action plan before I go into the session. So I keep it in my mind to make sure that I go to certain families and ensure them of what they're working on, what their challenges are, and bringing that into the practice time.
It was fun.
If anything, they love and enjoy the time they get to spend with their child, and that's super important to them. Being able to share that time with them, to read with them and practice the strategy. We're going to do the survey a little bit different this time. Try to keep track of the time. It's good to leave yourself at least maybe 5 minutes or so, just so they can fill out the survey on the back before they leave the workshop.
have your ears open. Once families feel comfortable, they will speak. They will speak and they will let you know all of their thoughts. One thing that I found successful is being honest. I've learned that a lot of parents are aware of where their children struggle. However, there is a certain level of embarrassment there because parents feel that maybe they have not done their job completely or there's something that they could have done more. It's very important to dispel any of that. And one way that I do that is I have parents share something that their child is struggling with. When parents actually speak with another parent, they say, oh wow, my child also has trouble with this, it kind of makes it easier. They're on common ground and they can discuss.
I believe that co-creating and having an equal playing field for all three of us, the teachers, the scholars, and the families, is highly important. And that collaboration essentially is what Springboard is. Right?